Well, I'm absolutely delighted. Here you are at lesson 4. By the time you finish this lesson, you are more than half the way through this course. And I've been receiving some of the information and the uploads, the emailed iPad learning toolkits that you and your colleagues have been producing, and they've been amazing. If you yourself would like to see what some of your colleagues are doing, and you yourself are willing to share what you yourself have done, make sure you just go ahead and indicate that either through an email. You can just send me an email at donnie@quickietech.com and say, hey Donnie, I'd like to share mine and I'd like to see what others are doing. And I'll make sure that we start collaborating so you can see what your colleagues are doing. Some of the ones that are coming in are outstanding. They're colorful, they have screenshots, they give very clear methodical instruction with regard to how to use the iPad for a particular grade level. They're personalized, they're outstanding. So shoot me an email. This particular lesson is entitled Learn to Take a Standardized Test on an iPad. As you know, there's a total of 7 lessons in this one iPad course. And the lesson title is How to Train Students to Effectively Use iPads During Standardized Tests. That's the objective. For you to take a standardized test on an iPad, and then for you to be able to teach your students how to take a standardized test. I would really encourage you to take a few tests on an iPad yourself, because you're going to get all kinds of questions. Everything from, my iPad just turned off, and you're going to realize, oh wow, that student got an iPad that wasn't fully charged, and they have to start a test in about 2 minutes, to I can't connect because it's not connecting to the wireless, to I don't know where the semicolon is, or I don't know how to drag and drop. There's going to be a lot of things like this. And as you start practicing taking one of these tests, I want you to start adding things that are challenges in your iPad learning toolkit. You should have a section just called Common Challenges for Students. And all you do is take the test yourself on an iPad, and every time you get frustrated, go ahead and jot down what the solution is after you play around with it a little bit. Let's do this together. And so we're going to go to this particular link. This link will be in the reading section. And what we'll do is we will actually go to an iPad so that you can actually see it. So this is my iPad. Of course, you know, I have it here, but you really can't see it that well because of the glare, I'm sure. So I put it up on the screen. When you go to the link, you'll go through a series of questions first, and then you'll eventually click Start the Test, and you're going to have a question like this. This is a 5th grade test, and there'll be numbers down at the bottom. There's buttons at the top. And when a student first comes to this, they may think, wait, that thing at the bottom is a calculator. How about I just go ahead and try and figure it out myself? Well, you know what? That thing at the bottom is not a calculator. It's actually for them to type in the answer. So they need a pencil and paper to write out 904 minus 256, and then they type in the answer. I'm just going to type in 1, 2, 3. I know it's not the right answer, but I'll just do 1, 2, 3. Now, some of them are going to try and type 1, 2, 3, and their finger's accidentally going to hit 1 again. And so then they need to know how to go back. And so they'll think, okay, well, do I hit the green arrow at the top? No, that's not it. Just clicking that, it's going to frustrate their whole train of thought. Then they have to get back to the problem. And so it's great if you're there available to them to say, you know what, let's do a practice test together. There's no pressure. Let's go ahead and do this problem. Type in 1, 2, 3. It's okay if you type in a number that's wrong. Oh, you added an extra 3. Go to the little arrow that's curved that shows back right above the numbers. And you click that, and that will erase your last number. A very simple instruction. But if you put that in your iPad Learning Toolkit, basically a little sentence for students to correct their work, click on back. Now, I'd like to say this also really quick, and that is, if you can still see me, some of you are going to get a keyboard that actually can attach to the iPad. And when that happens, that means that they don't have to touch the screen. They can actually type on the iPad. In that case, I would really help your students learn proper keyboarding skills. Unlike what I said in the previous lesson, and that is for just a flat screen, they can do a little bit of hunt and pecking. They can also do keyboarding skills in that mode. But if they do get a keyboard for Smarter Balance, help them to type properly. That way they'll go much faster. Okay, so this is just a little example. You're probably wondering, well, what does a question look like after this? I'll go ahead and click Next at the top right. Hit the Next button. Now it's asking me to drag and drop answers. I'll click Next again. Now it's asking me to go ahead. It says each number may be matched to more than one description. Click in the table to respond. Okay, and so they may have a keyboard, they might have just the iPad. You'll want to go through all these type of questions and note the different kind of activities that they have to do. And then you just have a quick little session with them where you practice and you let them ask all the questions that they need. So go to it. In the next section, I'm going to be asking you to take a test, a practice test. Please try and do it on an iPad or an iPhone. If you don't have access to one, you definitely need to go to an Apple store, a Best Buy, a Staples, and just get on one of their iPads and type in the URL and practice a little bit. If you still can't do that and you have a desktop, a Mac or a PC, go ahead and do it on your keyboard. By all means, just get some practice and add to your iPad Learning Toolkit. Great. We will talk to you later. Thank you.